KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Pierre Baseball is brought to you by Kathy Sunshine Properties, Kruger Contracting, Bank West, Overhead Door, Stalkin Peterson LLP, Shane's Pharmacy, and Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota.
Swings and lines it into right center field. One run will come in to score. They will round the other runner. He will come to the plate. The throw not going to be in time. A two-run single for Parker O'Brien gives the Govs a 9-7 lead.
Pierre Baseball is also brought to you by American Family Insurance Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, CHS River Plains, Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, Ferding Electric, Pierre Closets, Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping, and AGE.
2-0 pitch. That will be a line shot into left center field. That's going to get down for extra bases, and it's going to score Terwilliger. That's one way to bust out of a slump. Sunshine round second. He's on his way to third. The throw will come in. He will
Pierre
slide
Baseball
in.
is also brought to you by Edward Jones Financial, Gales Gas, Lamb Motors, Xander Auto Parts, Comtech, Envirotech, First Dakota National Bank, Kruger Climate Systems, May Adam, and Hunsley Auto Body.
Here's the 0-2. Runner takes off. Terwilliger will sky this one out to center field. Out towards the wall. It is going to get out of here for a two-run shot for Cooper Terwilliger on an 0-2 pitch.
Pierre Baseball is also brought to you by Oahe Federal Credit Union, Koenig, AirTech Heating and Cooling, Pierre Roofing and Gutters, Wagner Auto, the South Dakota Office of the Attorney General Division of Consumer Protection, and Todd's Electric.
2-0. It'll be a swinging base hit up the middle. Rounding third is Deal. The throw will come to the plate, but Deal slips and falls. The ball will still get away to the backstop. Deal will come in to score, and the Governors will win the ball game.
And now to the booth for the call of the game with KCCR award-winning sports director John Winkler.
And a good evening as we welcome you back for our second game today, our final game of day number 2 here at the Sanford Sports Complex as Post 8 takes on the Kindred Vikings in our final game today. And the 8's road to win the pool has become a little bit more difficult with the fact that they will need some help to make sure that they win this pool and get to the quarterfinals, and we'll talk about that as the game goes along. But either way, the 8s can still get to 2-1 here with the win against Kindred Vikings, who are coming in at 0-2. They just lost an extra inning game to Yankton. They lost 12-0 yesterday to Columbus, Nebraska, and they lost an extra innings 9-8 or 10-8 to Yankton, part of that California rule as well. But it was an extra innings loss for Kindred to Yankton. And so now, with the 8s looking to try and get to 2-1 in their record, they really need to make sure that they get to 2-1 here tonight to give themselves a chance to still win and move and to have an opportunity to make the quarterfinals. It doesn't necessarily eliminate you if you do not win this game, but it certainly then makes everything even more difficult going into that final game tomorrow. And then you have to start playing runs allowed and all that stuff because teams will have to tie. Everything else will have to go with it. But Bridger Babcock is on the mound, and one thing for the 8s with all the tiebreakers that could potentially be there for runs allowed because head-to-head wouldn't be there anymore is that the 8s have only given up just 4 runs in those 2 games. That 4-2 loss earlier this morning against Ralston. Bridger Babcock coming in, he's got a chance to if he can throw really well here in this game and limit the runs scored, that does help the 8s if tiebreakers with runs allowed become an opportunity to come into play. But Babcock will have an opportunity here in this game to pitch well and to get this 8s team to a 2-1 record at the Dakota Classic, as Kindred, again, 0-2 so far in their Dakota Classic with a loss last night and a loss here in just a game before ours. We played the first game this morning. It was Ralston getting that win over Pierre 4-2, and then Ralston ended up beating Columbus, Nebraska before Columbus, Nebraska beat Yankton, and then Yankton beat Kindred. So now we don't want to follow that trend. We want to go back to that trend of, really no trend today, but it seemed like the team that lost then ended up winning the next game other than Ralston. We don't want that trend to happen. We want to see the 8s pick up a win here against Kindred to finish out the day and go to 2-1 here at the Dakota Classic. We'll step aside here. We'll come back in 3 minutes, and we will get you the starting lineups and get you set for first pitch between Pierre and Kindred. Back in 3 minutes here on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention, it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota and Pierre is proud to sponsor today's game. Whether you're in the market for a brand new Ford, Lincoln, or Toyota, or a quality pre-owned vehicle, our team is here to get you back on the road in style. From tough trucks to family SUVs, we've got the selection you need and the hometown service you deserve. Browse online anytime at CapitalCityFordToyota.com. Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, where community drives us forward.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisors understand this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Governor Athletics on KCCR. Go Govs! For all your investment needs, call or stop by one of our offices to visit with your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Step up to the plate with Kathy Sunshine Properties in Pierre, your go-to for buying, selling, and finding your perfect home. Whether you're looking for a cozy cottage or a spacious family home, Kathy Sunshine Properties has you covered. We're committed to helping you make your next big move, on the field or in your life. Ready to find your dream home? Call Kathy Sunshine Properties at 605-224-5588. Your home run in real estate.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
As we welcome you back, it is the getting set for Pierre and Kindred here this evening for our second game of the day, third game overall, the Dakota Classic. We will have one more game tomorrow, and that'll be a 12 o'clock game between Pierre and Columbus, Nebraska. But let's look at our starting lineups first for Kindred Vikings, as Pierre is the home team on the scoreboard, as it will be Brody Baumgarten, the center fielder, to lead things off. The center fielder is Jackson Schliemann, the second baseman, batting second. Carson Getty, the left fielder, will bat third. Eli Mack, the DH, batting fourth. It is Jeremy Knight, the right fielder, batting fifth. Gabe Iverson, the pitcher, is batting sixth. Fisher Johnson, the third baseman, will bat seventh. Max Bernier, the first baseman, batting eighth. And Carter Gronwald, the shortstop, is batting ninth. The catcher, Graham Hess, is not in the lineup. And again, with the rules being a little bit different in the Dakota Classic, you can DH just kind of like in high school baseball. You can DH for anybody. Legion baseball is just the pitcher, but here in this Dakota Classic, they changed the rules up a little bit to help maybe, well, not maybe, but just helping kind of speed the game up and just making, giving opportunities for guys to get at bats and all the other things that kind of make things a little bit easier for the head coaches going through a quick weekend. It's a long weekend, but it's a quick weekend. For Pierre Post States, they will have Carter Shufflebein lead things off. He's a shortstop. Hudson Stosher, the second baseman, is batting second. Sutton Sunshine back in the lineup. He is batting third, the catcher. Tripp Lindekugel, the third baseman, is batting fourth. Porter Huntley, the center fielder, is batting fifth. Jackson Goodman, the first baseman, will bat sixth. Bridger Babcock is on the mound and batting seventh. Aiden Johnson is batting eighth and playing left field. Will Eilers is the right fielder, and he rounds out the lineup for the Eights here in Game 2 today and Game 3 overall. And again, the Eights are 1-1 on the season. Or on the, not the season, but on the weekend here, the Dakota Classic. As the umpires making their way out, the lineups will be exchanged here in just a moment. And we will get set for first pitch between Pierre and Kindred Vikings post 117 for our final game tonight. So after tonight, again, things will start to take a little bit more shape. But we'll again talk about the scenario here in just a little bit about how the Eights can easily still win the pool and how things can be really muddy to win the pool for Pierre Post State and what happens. Again, the good news is for us, by the time that we are off the air for the game tomorrow, or even on the air for the game tomorrow, we're going to know exactly how the Eights can win the pool, or if they can still even win the pool going into that game tomorrow afternoon. We'll talk more about that as we get going with this broadcast, as the, again, lineup's just about ready to be exchanged between Pierre and Kindred, and then the Eights will take the field as a home team for this ball game. They'll be the home team tomorrow afternoon against Columbus, Nebraska as well. We'll take one more break, back in 2 minutes, and we have first pitch between Pierre and Kindred on the way next. Back in 2 minutes on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up all online. New or used, shop for it all online anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
Step up to the plate with Overhead Door Company of Pierre. Like your favorite team, we deliver reliability, strength, and top-notch performance. For over 100 years, Overhead Door has been the most respected name in the industry, from commercial or residential repairs to full upgrades. Our team of technicians stand ready to provide winning results. Don't let a faulty garage door strike you out. Look for the signature red ribbon and call the industry MVP at 605-224-6200. Bring your garage door game to the big leagues.
People helping people. Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good, solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebind Agency, LLC, 224-6627. As we welcome you back here to Sanford Sports Complex in field number 4, we are just about set for first pitch. The Eights are just about to take the field, and we will get underway here as Bridger Babcock will be on the mound for the Eights in this third game of the Dakota Classic, as they are in their all-white jerseys with the pinstripes, as they will take the field, and we'll get set for this contest between Pierre and Kindred. Real quick before we get rolling with this game, talked about it, and again, we'll talk about it again as the night goes along, but it is Ralston at 2-1 right now. Yankton finishes their pool play at 2-2. Kindred now at 0-2, and they will face Ralston tomorrow. Columbus is at 2-1 on the right now overall. They will play Pierre tomorrow. Now the biggest thing is here for Pierre is that Ralston has to lose tomorrow to give them a shot to win the pool. Now they still could go 2-2 can Pierre and still win the pool, but then it comes to runs allowed. But if Ralston loses tomorrow morning against Kindred and Pierre wins tonight and then wins tomorrow after, well, I guess just wins tonight right now. If they win tonight and then Ralston loses to Kindred tomorrow morning, then Pierre can win that game against Columbus and advance in the pool. If Pierre wins tonight but Ralston wins tomorrow, does not matter. Ralston will win the pool and they will advance on to the quarterfinal round, as they would have the tiebreaker over Pierre or Columbus, who they've both beaten, and those would be the only teams that could be at 3-1. Now, the other flip side of it all is that if, say Kindred wins here tonight, and then it is a win for Kindred tomorrow, Ralston goes at 2-2, Pierre beats Columbus, they're at 2-2, Columbus at 2-2. You have 4 teams, actually all 5 teams can be at 2-2 at the end of this. And then it comes down to runs allowed, because everybody would have somewhat beaten everybody. And then we'll have the deciding factor on how much Pierre would be able to give up to then make that happen. But we're ready to go for first pitch between Pierre and Kindred, as Bridger Babcock will deliver the first pitch, and it will hit the Brody Baumgarten on the first pitch of the ball game at 7:31. So the runner on at first here to kick things off in this final game tonight between Pierre and Kindred. And it brings up now Jackson Schliemann, the second baseman, so a lefty already in the order with the guy behind him, the number 3 man, and Carson Getty, also a lefty for Kindred. First pitch is over for strike 1 from Bridger Babcock. He is the team leader in innings pitched so far coming into tonight, or into this weekend, and still into tonight anyway, as he has thrown 19 innings. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one just misses low and away, and the count's now 1-1. Thrown 19 innings in his 3 starts. He is unfortunately 0-3 with 22 hits allowed, 12 runs, 10 of them earned, 3 walks and 6 strikeouts, and ERA 3.68, whip at 1.32. Batting average against at 268. Runner will take off. The pitch will be low underneath of Sun and Shine, and the runner will easily advance to second as the count's now 2-1. Ends up being a stolen pitch for Baumgarten. First pitch strike percentage for Bridger Babcock at nearly 75%, 74.7%. Here's the 2-1 pitch from Babcock to Schliemann. Ground ball that is foul over to the third base side. And you look at, if you take away the wins and losses for Bridger Babcock and you just look at his stats overall, he has absolutely done enough to, all 3 of his starts have done enough to win those games. He's just been on the wrong side of the decisions to start the season, but he has been excellent on the mound when called upon in the 3 starts. Runner takes off for third. There's a swing and a foul. And everybody will go back to second. Count remains at 2-2. Baumgarten trying to get the jump on Babcock to get a steal of third here in the top of the first inning. And Pierre won't be eliminated regardless of the outcome of this game. But a win certainly helps out. There's a swing and a miss for a strikeout of Schliemann, and there's one down here in the top of the first. And it will bring up Carson Getty, the left fielder. So as Getty steps to the plate, number 3 man in the order for Kindred. He immediately stands up and shows bunt, as Jackson Goodman comes flying in. He'll pull it back and taking it outside for ball 1. Not so sure that they would have the number 3 man bunt, but could be playing some small ball here in the top of the first inning. He'll pull it back, he'll swing away and foul it back for a strike, and the count's now 1-1. Here to Carson Getty. And then it's Eli Mack, Jeremy Knight, and Gabe Iverson, Fisher Johnson, Max Bernier, and Carter Gronwald. We had time called from Sun and Shine, making sure that maybe he and Bridger Babcock are on the same page on what number sign they want to go with. Also coming up tonight after we're done, they're just about to start NBA Finals Game 5. We'll join that in progress whenever we're done here tonight, as the Spurs and New York Knicks have a chance to close out that series on the road tonight. There's a swing and a miss. And it counts now 1-2. Good breaking ball there by Babcock. Got Getty well out in front. Baumgarten, who tried to steal third in that first at bat. He is standing over at second, has not tried to steal since then on that foul ball, and that one's missed outside, and the count's now 2-2. Babcock peering in, looking for his second strikeout. He'll get the sign and come set and deliver the 2-2 pitch from the stretch. Swinging a pop-up foul. That will get out of play. And behind us here at the Sanford Sports Complex, number 4. More teams. There are a few teams that have been eliminated from pool play, and those are those 6 pools of 6 teams. The teams that finish in third in their sub-pools have been eliminated from contention of the quarterfinals, but they'll still play. Runner takes off again. This will be fouled out of play on the left side. And the count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes here to the number 3 man in Carson Getty. Again, Bridger Babcock, who is starting this game, he's just like Carter Templeton in the first game. He's going to be held to a pitch count that is below 80. So he can be available for Wednesday against Post 320 because that's going to be a really tough challenge. Here's a ground ball back to Babcock. He will throw to first, and then no throw from Jackson Goodman, and the runner will take third. And so there is now 2 down here in the top of the first inning, and it brings up the DH and Eli Mack. Got the soft contact there, did Babcock, and 2 down to bring up Mack, the DH. And get a right-handed hitter. This is going to be a heavy lefty lineup because the number 5 man already be the third left-handed hitter, but Mack the second right-handed hitter. He'll swing at the first pitch, line it to center field, but right to Porter Hunsley. Carried a little bit. But Bridger Babcock gets out of that first pitch, hit by pitch. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left on base. After half an inning, no score between Pierre and Kindred. Back in a minute on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Spring is the season for a fresh start, and that includes your technology. Whether you are looking to upgrade or need to breathe new life into your current device, CommTech is your one-stop solution. Experience the brilliance of LG OLED TVs, the immersive sound of Sonos and JBL, or the unmatched performance of Lenovo laptops. Buy with confidence thanks to our price match guarantee and 0% interest on selected purchases. We're your locally owned technology experts on the truck bypass. CommTech, we sell the best and fix the rest.
Koenig of Oneida, Pierre, and Winter has provided our services to growers of South Dakota for over 50 years. We focus on providing our customers with the products, services, and attention to detail that each farmer needs to succeed. For your individual needs of custom spraying, liquid or dry fertilizer, chemical, soil sampling, seed sales, and treating, stop in and see us at Koenig with offices located in Oneida, Pierre, and Winter.
As we welcome you back, it is the bottom of the first. No score on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebein scoreboard. As we look at the Pierre starting lineup once again, Carter Shufflebein, the shortstop, leading things off. Hudson Stosher, the second baseman, is batting second. Sonnenschein, the catcher, batting third. Tripp Linda Kugel, the third baseman, is batting fourth. Porter Hunsley, the center fielder, is batting fifth. Jackson Goodman will bat sixth. He's the first baseman. Bridger Babcock hitting for himself, the pitcher batting seventh. Aiden Johnson, the left fielder, batting eighth. And Will Eilers rounds out the order, batting ninth for Pierre Post States here in this ball game against the starting pitcher of Gabe Iverson for Kindred, North Dakota. Post 117 Vikings. Again, 0-2 right now in this first 2 games. And again, they're not even eliminated yet. If they do lose in this game, they will be eliminated from contention. That one will be outside for ball 1. That will also eliminate Yankton because there will be for sure a team that goes 3-1. Even if Rawson would lose, then it comes down to Pierre and Columbus to win the pool. That one will miss low, and the count's now 2-0. So if Pierre beats Kindred, both Yankton and Kindred are eliminated, and only allows 3 teams to win the pool, and Ralston would have the first opportunity to win it. 2-0 pitch, shuffled by with a high fly ball to left field. That one is going to get out for a leadoff bomb. Carter Shufflebein goes deep in his first at-bat today, and the Yates will strike first with a home run. no doubt home run for Shufflebein. The wind's blowing out and helps it. I'm not sure the wind had much help anyway because he got all of that one. And the Yates lead it 1-0 here on the first batter of the ball game. And here brings up Hudson Stosher to the plates. He led off in the top of the first with the triple earlier this morning, then scored on the RBI infield single from Porter Hunsley. First pitch will be upstairs for ball one. And that is the first home run of the season for the Yates overall. And keep that ball elevated up, and we can see the next few guys to the plate try and match what Shufflebein just did. So Shufflebein homers. Now here's Hudson Stosher, who's had 3 triples in his last couple of games. Ground ball, that'll get past the sliding first baseman into right field. And Stosher opens up with a base hit. He's 1 for 1. And it brings up Sutton Sunshine. And Coach Iverson, before the game, said he's got a feeling that somebody's going to go deep. He had a couple of guys in mind. He didn't say Shufflebein was one of them, but he had the feeling that somebody was going to hit a home run. The wind's blowing out towards left field. And it didn't take long for that feeling to come true as the first pitch is outside for ball one. Sunshine did not play game one. He and Shufflebein both taking the ACT earlier today. Looks like we got a softball maybe that got onto the field. Out and right in fair territory on top of it. Sunshine also told me he feels confidence that 36 is coming for the ACT. Here's the 1-0 pitch to him. That one will be at the top of the zone for a strike, and the count's now 1-1. Stosher leads away from first. Here's the 1-1 from Iverson to Sunshine. That'll be upstairs and inside, and the count's now 2-1. Sunshine coming into this weekend, .395 batting average. He's got 2 doubles. He had the team lead with 9 runs driven in. Coming into the weekend, this will hit him. And so it's now first and second here with nobody out. It's already a 1-0 lead for the Yates. And it brings up Triple Lindekugel to the plates. Lindekugel in game number 1 here today went 0 for 4. He's looking for that first hit here in this Dakota Classic. Got a couple of extra base hits in that doubleheader. He's got 3 extra base hits of his. All of his hits have been extra base hits to this point of the season. Here's the first pitch to him. That'll be at the top of the zone for strike 1. The cleanup man here for the Yates hit number 3 hole in game number 1. Runners at first and second here with nobody out. That pitch will be outside. Evens accounted a ball and a strike here to Lindekugel. Go around the horn defensively here in just a moment for this Kindred team. 1-1 count. First and second, nobody out here in the bottom of the first. Pickoff attempt, and standing up safely at second is Stosher in the pickoff attempt. Gabe Iverson will come set from the stretch. Here's the 1-1. Lindekugel looked to try and make it a 4-0 game. That one up in the zone, but he swings through it for a strike, and the count's now 1-2. He's got the power to make this a 4-0 game with one swing. Here's the 1-2 now from Iverson to Lindekugel. He'll foul that one, spoil it, as that will go over to our field to our rights. Actually end up on the field too. Got softball again. Field number, what was it? Field number 5? I think it's field number 5. I can't remember how these fields are all lined up, but can't see either which one that is. But they got one field with a softball. Here's a ground ball to the second baseman. He'll step on the bag for 1. The throw to second is going to be in time for a double play. And so now there's a runner on at third with 2 away. And it brings up Porter Hunsley to the plate. So 4-3 double play, 2 down. And Porter Hunsley trying to get his third RBI today. He had both RBIs in the 4-2 loss to Ralston. That one's outside for ball one. Had the infield single to score Stosher in the top of the first, and then he had the RBI single with 2 outs in the top of the seventh to score Aiden Johnson. That one's over for a strike, and the count's now 1-1. So somewhat familiar territory with Stosher at third and Hunsley at the plate. That'll be upstairs. Counts goes to now 2-1. Gabe Iverson likes to work fairly quickly. He'll come set from the stretch. 2-1 pitch. That will get to the backstop, and Hudson Stosher will come in to score. And it's a 2-0 lead here for the Eights. And that empties the bases now. And so that 2-0 advantage. Leadoff homer by Schuffelbein. A single by Stosher ends up working his way around the bases. That will be ball 4 to Hunsley. And a 2-out walk continues the inning now for Jackson Goodman. Goodman in game number 1 earlier today, he had just 1 plate appearance after he came into the game in relief of Carter Templeton on the mound. He ended up drawing a walk in his only plate appearance, as that one will miss low and inside for ball 1. But overall here in this tournament, he's 1 for 2. He doubled in the top of the 4th of game 1 against Yankton. Swings and misses for a strike, and the count's 1-1. Had a sacrifice bunt on top of it all, so he's had 4 plate appearances, but just 1 for 2. Hunsley leads away from first with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. There's a line shot, but right to the second baseman, and Schliemann will make the catch to end the inning here in the bottom of the first. But 2 runs do score on 2 hits in the inning. No errors and 1 man left on base. After 1, Pierre leads it 2-0 over Kindred. Back in a minute on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
For over 60 years, Birding Electric has been powering homes and businesses across central South Dakota. When you need reliable electrical service, trust the experts with decades of experience. Whether it's a simple residential repair, a complex commercial installation, or even electrical work on your farm, Birding Electric has you covered. And if you're tired of searching everywhere for that hard-to-find bulb, Birding Electric carries a wide selection of bulbs, including those hard-to-find fluorescent and specialty options. Visit us at 2903 East Elizabeth Street or call today, 605-224-8684.
Top of the second, and Bridger Babcock working with the lead now, 2-0 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. On the home run by Carter Schuffelbein, and then Hudson Stosher got a base hit. He came around to score, being moved over to second, the hit by a pitch, got to third on the double play ball, and then scored on the wild pitch to make it a 2-0 lead here in this top of the second of our final game today here at the Dakota Classic of the Sanford Sports Complex, field number 4. We've got one more game tomorrow. It's a 12 o'clock start. We'll be on the air around 11:45. They'll play at 9:30. And there's enough, being an all-turf field, there's very little maintenance to do between games. The 2-hour and 15-minute time limit that they have, that I'm not going to get ahead of myself in saying that we're going to be on the air right at 11:45, but it does have a good opportunity to make sure that we stay on time, just like we were here in this ball game, just at 7:31 for first pitch. Jeremy Knight will lead things off, the right fielder. Gabe Iverson, the pitcher, and then Fisher Johnson for Kindred Vikings here in the top of the second, as the first pitch from Bridger Babcock swung on and line foul down the third base line. Again, Bridger Babcock is going to throw a lot of first pitch strikes. He's going to throw not just a lot of first pitch strikes, he's going to throw a lot of strikes. Nearly 75% or 72% first pitch strike percentage. That one will miss inside. The count's now 1-1. Make that 75%. So, you just think about 3 of the 4 batters. If there's 4 batters that come to the plate, 3 of them are going to see a first pitch strike. Here's a line shot, and that'll get a base hit into center field. First hit today for Kindred. And so Jeremy Knight is on to lead things off here in the top of the second and brings up the pitcher Gabe Iverson, who after giving up the first two guys getting a home run, a base hit, and kind of settled things into an inning that could have gotten out of control, but he was able to settle it down and only giving up 2 runs in that bottom of the first. Pickoff attempt over at first and diving back in safely is the runner in Knight. Eights around the horn defensively. Johnson out and left. Hunsley in center. Will Eilers in right. Linda Kugel at third. Shufflebein at short. Stoischer at second, as there's a line shot to Linda Kugel. The throw back to first is going to be wide of the first base bag, but diving back in right around the same time anyway was Knight, and there's now one down. Knight had to scamper his way back quickly to that first base bag and was able to dive back in. Would have been a close play had that throw been right on the money. I still think he probably would have been safe, but it would have been close. So it's now Fisher Johnson, the third baseman, another lefty in this lineup. Fourth lefty in 7 batters. Here's the first pitch. That one is missing just a bit outside for ball 1. Babcock from the stretch. He'll come set. Here's the 1-0. That one, again, just missing a little bit outside, and the count's now 2-0. Here to the third baseman, Fisher Johnson. 2-0 pitch instead of check over. Just bounces off the glove of Goodman, but stays over by Goodman at first. So again, this Kindred team, they lost 12-0 to Columbus in the first game, their first game of the tournament. That one will miss low, and the count's 3-0 here to Fisher Johnson. Then they lost 10-8 in extra innings to Yankton, as Yankton finishes their Dakota Classic at 2-2. Again, they're not technically eliminated quite yet. That one is over for a strike to make it a 3-1 count. But Yankton, over, when you look at runs allowed, they've allowed 27 runs in 4 games, and Pierre's only allowed 4 to this point through 2 games. This will come inside, and that'll be a 1-out walk. And it's now first and second. First walk issued by Babcock, and it brings up Max Bernier, the first baseman. So in all reality, while mathematically not eliminated is Yankton, it's going to be a lot of high-scoring games to match a lot of 2-2 teams at the end of it for them to be able to advance to the quarterfinals. Here's a ground ball that is fouled down the third baseline for strike 1 to Max Bernier. And again, if Pierre wins, regardless of the score, they'd go to 2-1. Columbus also 2-1, so one of those teams will be 3-1, even if Ralston does lose. And then that would eliminate Yankton from contention, would also eliminate Kindred being at 0-3. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Babcock, swinging a foul at the end of the bats, and the count's now 0-2. But then Kindred can still play spoiler tomorrow, and if they also win, they're still mathematically alive. And again, with the 12-0 loss in Game 1, it's going to be really tough for them in a 10-8 loss. They've given up 22 runs in just those 2 games alone. Here's a line shot that is foul out of play on the left side. You start to get those runs allowed, that first tiebreaker. That's if multiple teams are tied with the same record. If there's only 2 teams tied, it just goes by head-to-head here in this pool. Ground ball on the left side, that will get through for a base hit. Coming up with is the left fielder Johnson. He will fire it into Linda Kugel at third, and the bases are now loaded here with only 1 away. And Kindred is trying to find a way to answer back after the 2-run top of the first. Now the bases loaded here with 1 out, and it's Carter Grandwald, the shortstop, to the plate. Looking for a ground ball in the corner. Maybe the infield, the middle infield will stay back to try and roll it up the middle. First pitch from Babcock in to Grandwald. That one is over for strike 1. Bases are loaded here with one away in this top of the second. 2-0 lead for the Eights. Here's the 0-1 from Babcock into Gronwald. He'll deliver. That's outside, and evens the count of the ball and a strike. Again, 3:30 down the left and right field line here at the Sanford Sports Complex in field number 4, and then it is 385 in dead center. Here's the 1-1. That's a curveball that will drop in for a strike. The count's now 1-2. You're looking for a ground ball or a strikeout. Top of the order, and Brody Baumgarten is on deck. But he'll take one or the other of a ground ball or a strikeout here if you're Bridger Babcock in post 8. 1-2. That'll be high and outside. The count's even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The bases loaded and 1 out here in the top of the second. 2-2 from Babcock to Gronwald. That one's fouled off the hands and back, and we'll do it again at 2-2. 2 singles and a walk have loaded the bases. Post 117 of Kindred, North Dakota, looking for a tying answer, or at least some kind of an answer here in this top of the second after they gave up 2 in the first. 2-2 again. There's a high fly ball to right field. That one's going to get into the gap and all the way out to the wall, and it's going to score all 3 runs. And Kindred's going to take the lead. Hunsley will get to it out at the fence. It is a 3 RBI triple for the number 9 man in Carter Gronwald, and it's a 3-2 lead for Kindred here in the top of the second. And it's back to the top of the order now for Brody Baumgarten. So Gronwald, one swing of the bat makes it a lead here for Kindred. Swing and a miss for strike 1 for Brody Baumgarten, who was hit by a pitch in the first pitch of the ball game. Infield is mostly in. Again, all turf field, a sharp ground ball can still keep that runner over at third. This is popped foul. That will get out of play behind us. And the count's now 0-2. Here to Baumgarten. Babcock from the stretch. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss and a strikeout. So that's a big strikeout for Bridger Babcock, his second of the ball game, and there's now 2 down, and it brings up Jackson Schliemann, the second baseman. Schliemann's 0 for 1. He was the first strikeout victim of the ball game for Babcock. Here's the first pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Bottom fell out of it, and Schliemann chased. The Eights will have 7, 8, and 9. Babcock, Johnson, and Will Eilers. There's a line shot into center field. That will get down for a base hit to make it a 4-2 ball game. Schliemann is now 1 for 2. And he will score Gronwald from third. And we might be in for a high-scoring final game, as it will bring up Carson Getty, the left fielder, who is 0 for 1, grounded back to the pitcher Babcock in his first at-bat. First pitch, there's a fly ball to right center field again. That's going to get down, and it's going to roll out to the wall. Another run's going to come in to score. As Hunsley will pick it up out in center. Getty's on his way to third. He's going to be in there with a stand-up triple, second triple of the inning for Kindred. It's now a 5-2 lead for the Vikings. Fourth hits, make that the 5th hit of the inning. Runner on at third with 2 away. And it brings up now Eli Mack, who flew out to center in his first at-bat. First pitch will come inside for ball 1. All 9 men will come to the plate here in this top of the second. Listen to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront broadcasting station, as we're past 8 o'clock. Liza Mayer in the studios. Here's the 1-0. There's a high fly ball to left field. That one going back as that will turn, and that will be a home run for Eli Mack to make it a 7-2 lead here in the top of the second inning. Second home run of the ball game for both sides combined. And Mack drives in both to make it now a 7-run second inning. Brings back up Jeremy Knight, who started the inning with the base hit. He singled and then came in to score on the 3 RBI triple for Gronwald. Here's the first pitch to Knight. There's a line shot to left field. That will bounce in for a base hit. Knight's 2 for 2 here in the inning, and it's runner on and back at first here with 2 outs. And it brings up the pitcher, Gabe Iverson. He lined out to third for the first out. Nearly got a double play off of it. Here's the first pitch. That one's fouled right back to the netting for strike 1. 2 down here at the top of the second. 7 runs have scored for Kindred. They leave it 7-2 now here on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebine scoreboard. Here's the 0-1. This will be popped foul. That will barely get out of play. Actually at the pole. Stays near the first base dugout, and there's an 0-2 count. Now here with 2 outs. Here's the 0-2 from Babcock. Runner takes off. There's a swing and a miss and a tag applied by Sun and Shine. That will take care of the top of the second inning. But a 7-run inning for this Kindred Vikings team, which included a 2-run homer and 2 different triples. 7 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. 7-2 as we head to the bottom of the second. Pierre down by 5. Back in a minute on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
When you're looking for quality trash pickup services, look no further than Envirotech. 6 days a week, their trucks are on the road picking up trash, even holidays. They're also the place to contact for recycling services. Their friendly, professional staff is ready to assist with weekly pickups or even special pickups. Check out the website at envirotechwaste.com. Envirotech is locally operated. Call 224-4804. Envirotech Waste Services in Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your health and your time matter to us. Our team takes pride in providing personal, professional care, from filling your prescriptions quickly to answering your questions every step of the way. Need a little extra convenience? We offer free delivery right to your home or office. Because at Shane's Pharmacy, you're our family, friends, and neighbors, and we're honored to care for you. Shane's Pharmacy. Feel better for less and stay well with us. Call 605-223-9200 or stop by in Fort Pierre. Shane's Pharmacy. Proud to support our local high school athletes.
As we welcome you back, it is the bottom of the second. 7-2 lead now for Kindred, and it will be 7-8-9 for the Eights. Bridger Babcock, Aiden Johnson, and Will Eilers. He might reach his base. Back to the top of the order for Carter Shufflebine. The 3 RBI triple for Carter Gronwald, and then the 2-run homer for Eli Mack. He'll make that 7-run inning happen. But now Bridger Babcock at the plate. Got a chance to get on first, or get on base to kick off an inning and start helping his team out to make that comeback happen. First pitch will miss outside for ball 1. Here's the 1-0. That'll come inside. Nope, it'll catch the inside corner for a strike, and the count's 1-1. Babcock, the lefty, waits on the 1-1 pitch. That will bounce in. The count's 2-1 from Gabe Iverson to Bridger Babcock. 2-1 pitch. There's a swing and a foul at the plate. The count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here to the pitcher, Babcock. Pitcher versus pitcher here to open up the bottom of the second. 2-2, miss high and outside, and makes it now a full count. Three-two. There's a one the other way. Good inside-out swing by Babcock. He's got a base hit. And the leadoff man is on to kick off the bottom of the second. And it brings up now Aiden Johnson, the left fielder. Johnson picked up a couple of hits. Went 2 for 3 in that first game. Infield singled the second. Got a base hit in the 7th and came around to score. That one will be a line shot that is going to be caught by the pitcher, and then the throw to first will get the double play. And there's now 2 down. Right off the bat of Johnson, right to the pitcher, and Gabe Iverson. And 2 down now here in the bottom of the second, and it brings up Will Eilers, number 9 man in the batting order. And the first pitch is upstairs for ball 1. Second double play turned by Kindred in the first 2 innings. Here's the 1-0. This will be skied out towards right center field. Long run coming in for the right fielder, and it's going to get over his head. Eilers is on his way to second. The throw will be cut off, and that will land in. And it'll be a runner on at second here with 2 away. And it brings up Carter Shufflebine to the plate. And so now Shufflebine, who's 1 for 1, he homered to lead off the bottom of the first inning. He'll hit with the runner on at base here with 2 outs. That'll be inside for ball 1. Be an air charge to the right fielder in Knights. Here's the 1-0 to Shufflebine. That'll miss low, and the count's 2-0, and a good hitter's count here for Shufflebine. Try and drive something somewhere to get one of those runs back here with 2 outs at the bottom of the second. 2-0 pitch. Shufflebine will pop it up. It stays in play behind home plate, and the wind will pull it back in behind the head of the catcher in Hess. And the count's now 2-1, and Shufflebine's got new life. There's no wind. That ball's probably caught by Hess, but as he's running back to the netting, the wind carried it back towards home plate. Here's now the 2-1. That one is foul over to the third base dugout. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Shufflebine. Iverson will come set from the stretch. 2-2 pitch. There's a line shot to left field. That will get through for a base hit. They're going to round the runner, Eilers. He's going to try and score. The throw will be cut off by the third baseman. Eilers touches home to make it a 7-3 ball game. Here with 2 outs, and Shufflebine with the RBI single. He's got now 2 runs driven in. And the Eights get one back, at least one back here in this bottom of the second. Hudson Stosher singled his first trip to the plate. First pitch is outside for ball 1. Stosher in game 1 went 2 for 4. Went 2 for 4 in game 1. 1 for 3 yesterday. This will be fouled out of play. And it evens the count at a ball and a strike. Here to Hudson Stosher. We'll see if Shufflebine will get a chance to take off here with 2 outs as he stands at first base. Shufflebine takes off early. The throw will go to second. He's still going to slide in safely. Shufflebine tried to time up the set and the throw from the pitcher in Iverson. He took off too early, but by the time that Iverson was able to step off and throw to second. Scheffelbein was able to slide underneath the tag, so he still steals second without the throw even being made, as Stoscher will ground that one foul and makes it now a 1-2 count with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. So Scheffelbein's in scoring position. A base hit can make this a 7-4 ball game. Two hits in the inning, 1 run is scored. Here's a fly ball down the right field line, but that will hang up for the right fielder to make the catch in Knight, and that will take care of the bottom of the second. But a run does score. On 2 hits, there was 1 error and 1 man left on base. We head to the top of the third. It is a 7-3 lead for Kindred over Pierre. Back in a minute on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports. When your tank's running low and your stomach is growling, there's one place Pierre trusts, DJ Settings. Feel it fast. Grab ice cold drinks, selection of fresh donuts, and that perfect cup of coffee to keep you moving. Friendly faces, quick stops, and everything you need right when you need it. So next time you're on the go, make the easy stop. DJ Settings. Feel like beauty, driven by you.
For years, you have trusted Larry Fry Heating and Cooling to keep your home comfortable, no matter the season. Now that same commitment to quality service and expert care has a new name. Introducing Kruger Climate Systems. We're familiar faces, the reliable technicians, and the same dedication you've always known, now under a new banner. From essential repairs and routine maintenance to brand new installations, we're here to ensure your home's perfect temperature. Kruger Climate Systems, your trusted partner for a comfortable home. Call us today for all your heating and cooling needs.
It is the top of the third. Riker Edson now on the mound for the Eights, as it looks like it will be a straight swap with Edson and Babcock. Obviously, there is the re-entry rule in this now in these games that aren't obviously. Yankton was the only one that was played straight up like a normal South Dakota game. Now the re-entry rule is back in play for the rest of the tournament for the Eights. But Riker Edson is on the mound. Bridger Babcock will throw 46 pitches, but again, he is available to throw on Wednesday. As with the 2 innings, 7 hits, 7 runs, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. Now Edson takes over and will hit in Babcock's spot, which would be due up 5th in the bottom of the 3rd inning. But for Riker Edson, as we look at his stats, as he will throw here in Game 3 of the Dakota Classic, second of the day today. He has thrown 5 innings so far, all relief appearances, of being his 4th relief appearance now of the season. No decisions as of yet. 5 hits allowed, 1 run, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. That ERA at 1.4, whip at 1.4, batting average against at 238, so he's been solid through the first 3 relief appearances that he has had. And he will deal with 7, 8, 9 to get us started here in the top of the 3rd. And the first pitch is swung on and missed for strike 1 by Fisher Johnson. Johnson, Bernier, and Carter Gronwald. Anybody reaches base, it'll be Brody Baumgart in the top of the order. Here in this top of the 3rd inning. 0-1 pitch. That'll miss low, and the count's even at a ball and a strike. Johnson walked and came in to score, and that's second. Here's the 1-1. That one just misses outside, and the count's now 2-1. Again, the only change of that pitching change was Edson to the mound. And in the spot for Babcock in the hitting order, that one will miss outside, and the count's now 3-1. Here to Fisher Johnson. Edson from the windup, he'll deliver the 3-1 pitch here to Fisher Johnson. That'll miss low for ball 4, and it'll be a leadoff walk. And it's now Max Bernier who singled in his first at bat in the second. Runner on at first and nobody out here in the top of the 3rd. Edson now working from the stretch here. First pitch is right down the middle for strike 1. Again, the Eights really to this point, and at where this game stands right now, you got to find a way to get a win in this game. Runners takes off for second. The throw will go to second. Stosher can't hold on to the baseball as the throw was at the bag. It went off of his glove, and the runner will end up taking second. And there's now a runner on at second here with nobody out. 0-1 count still to Max Bernier. And again, the runs allowed start to come in. Pierre's now given up 11 runs so far in this tournament, and obviously still got to get through this ball game. But the amount of runs that have been allowed that makes it a little bit more difficult as I think it stands right now. This will be popped up into shallow left field. Carter Schuffelbein backs up a couple of steps to make the catch, and there's the first down here in the top of the third. And it brings up the number 9 man, Carter Grunwald, who hit a 3 RBI triple in his first at-bat. One down here at the top of the third. But you come back and win this ball game, then again, at sitting at 2-1, then things, can more so fall in your favor without needing a whole lot of tiebreakers to go your way. That first pitch will bounce in. It will get to the backstop away from Sunshine, and a wild pitch moves that runner over to third. And there is a runner 90 feet away from trying to get that run back that Pierce scored in the bottom of the second to try and get the 5-run lead back for Kindred. Here's the 1-0. That one's over for a strike, and the count's 1-1. Once we get through the night, and obviously going into tomorrow, that will be the telltale of when we get into that game what Post State would need to do and start looking at all the runs allowed for every team through this tournament. And that one's fouled back, and the count's 1-2. The only team that is done, though, is Yankton. They went 2-2 with their win in Game 2 of both days. They lost Game 1 both days. They will not play tomorrow unless they win. This will be a wild pitch that will score the run. And Kindred's back up by 5 as the count is now 2 strikes. So a stolen base to get Johnson to second, then a wild pitch to get him to third, and another wild pitch to score him. Carter Grunwald now hitting with nobody on base with 1 away in this top of the third inning. Swing and a miss, and a strikeout of Grunwald, and there's now 2 down. And it brings up Brody Baumgarten, the leadoff man in the batting order. He is 0 for 1, hit by a pitch in the top of the first, straight over at third, and then he struck out swinging in the top of the second. Here's the first pitch from Riker Edson. Swinging a foul tip into the mitt for strike 1. Pierre will have 3, 4, and 5 in the bottom of the third inning. And they're going to have at least, again, try to fight a 5-run comeback. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one is outside. He was the count of the ball to strike. Eight-3 lead here for Kindred in the top of the third in Game 3 for both of these teams. Swing and a miss. And it's now 1-2. Kindred is 0-2. Pierre is 1-1. As the 1-2 pitch from Edson comes home. And this will be popped foul. Going to get out of play. It barely will get out of play. And the count still at 1-2. In the way everything stands in this, in the standings of this pool, Pierre cannot be eliminated, mathematically will not be eliminated after today's game if they don't win, and obviously would still be very much alive to win the pool if they do win this game. 0 teams would be eliminated if Kindred does win this game. Everybody would still be potentially able to win the pool. 2-2. That'll miss, slow it away, and the count's full at 3-2 now. Here to Baumgarten. Again, 0 for 1 so far, hit by a pitch and a strikeout victim. Here's now the 3-2 from Edson. Fouled right back. And it keeps it a 3-2 count. Another payoff pitch upcoming. Nobody on. 2 outs here in the top of the third. Payoff pitch. That one is taken inside, maybe high. And that will be ball 4. Well, that one looked like it might have been taken right down the middle for ball 4. And it brings up now Jackson Schliemann, who is 1 for 2 with an RBI single. Sudden Sunshine turned back around and looked at the home plate umpire, too. Wonder where that might have missed. Here's the first pitch as the runner takes off. And in the turf, sliding stop by Sun and Shine, and no chance to throw the runner out. So Baumgarten will steal second. And so now runner in score position here with 2 outs in the top of the third. Here's the 1-0 from Edson. That one taken for a strike, and that one evens the count at 1-1. Edson will work from the stretch here. 1-1 pitch to the left-handed hitting Schliemann. That'll miss low, and the count's 2-1. Just below the knees at that point. Schliemann's 1 for 2 again. He's singled home a run in the top of the second. Struck out swinging back in the top of the first. 2-1 pitch. That one taken on the top of the zone, the outside or the inside corner. The count's now 2-2. So Edson looking for his second strikeout. 2-2. Runner takes off for third. The throw will go to third. The tag, Lindekugel, the ball goes off of his glove, maybe hits Baumgarten. And the count also runs full. And a stolen base for Baumgarten. And base umpire checks to make sure that he's okay. But now he stands at third. Count runs full again here to Schliemann. Third stolen base already for Baumgarten in this ball game. 3-2 from Edson. Swinging a pop foul. That will get out of play on the left side. And the count remains full at 3-2. Edson from the stretch, 3-2 pitch. That'll be high and outside for ball 4. And back-to-back walks here with 2 outs. Makes to the runners at the corners. And Carson Getty, the number 3 man, who had an RBI triple in the top of the second, will come to the plates.
Here we go, stay smooth.
Getty digs in. Here's the first pitch from Edson. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Grounded back to the pitcher in Babcock in his first at bat in the top of the first. Hit that 2-out RBI triple. Runner takes off for second. The throw will go to second, but it was cut off. Actually, it is not cut off. It was caught by Schuffelbein, and he'll make the tag. It looked like it was cut off by Stoscher, but it was caught by Schuffelbein, and that will put the tag to get him out and get out of the inning. 1 run does score without a hit in the inning. It was no errors and 1 man left on base. We head to the bottom of the third. 8-3 lead for Kindred over Pierre. Back in a minute on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Inheritance, romance, and investment scams continue to plague South Dakotans with high dollar amount losses. They prey on vulnerable adults and swindle consumers out of their funds. Scammers befriend the victim, making it difficult for them to see the reality of what's happening. If you have a loved one susceptible to this type of scam, sit down and talk with them about these issues before it happens to them. If you or a loved one have been scammed in this manner, please reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
Stulken Peterson LLP has been your local CPA firm for over 40 years, offering tax preparation, bookkeeping, payroll, and consulting services. If your business, farm, or ranch needs professional, accurate, and reliable services, we are your firm. Our clients are our #1 priority. If you need a higher level of accounting service, give us a call at 605-224-5828. That's Stulken Peterson LLP, 222 East Missouri Avenue in Pierre.
As we welcome you back, it is the bottom of the third. Sun and Shine will lead things off, followed by Trip Linda Kugel and Porter Hunsley. 3, 4, and 5 here for the Eights in this bottom of the third inning. First pitch will be outside, missing low for ball 1. Sun starting to set to our right. Shadows are starting to kind of creep in, but I think most of it's from the first base dugout. Maybe a little bit of some poles and trees here and there. That one will miss low, and the count's now 2-0. Sunshine was hit by a pitch in his first trip to the plate. That one will make its way to the plate low, and the count's 3-0. We'll see if maybe he's got the green light with a 3-0 count. 3-0 pitch and misses outside. So 4-pitch walk, and Sun and Shine's on base for the second time without having to swing the bat. And so he stands at first, and here is now Linda Kugel to the plate. 0 for 1, ground into the 4-3 double play back in the bottom of the first inning. Again, the Eights down by 5 after leading 2-0 in that bottom of the first. Got a run back in the second, but still trail by 5. That one will come in and hit Linda Kugel, so 5 pitches in. There's 2 guys on base. And it now is Porter Hunsley to the plate. With 2 on and nobody out, and here at the bottom of the third inning. And Gabe Iverson quickly working with guys on base and runner in scoring position here with nobody out. Hunsley, he drew a walk in his first trip to the plate. Here's the first pitch to him. He'll show bunt, taking it high for ball 1. And time will be called, and we'll have a mound visit with the first 6 missing here to open up the inning. Gabe Iverson so far, and we'll look at 47 pitches for Iverson. Have the stats somewhere of this team. Actually, excuse me, it's the Columbus team. I don't have the stats for this Kindred team. We'll have stats tomorrow, but didn't have any stats overall from the Kindred Vikings. Let's see if we can find, won't be able to find any of that, but Iverson, with the mound visit right now, 47 pitches thrown so far. He's given up 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 of those earned, 2 walks and a strikeout. And it looks like they're going to make a change on the mound, and they will bring in a new man. We'll tell you the change coming up here in just a moment. Back in a minute. It is 8-3. Kindred leading Pierre in the bottom of the third. Back in a minute on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Has life left a dent in your ride? Or maybe you're dreaming of a fresh start for your classic. At Hunsley Auto Body and Sandblasting, we bring vehicles back to life. Located right here in Fort Pierre with over 25 years experience, we specialize in expert auto body repair. From minor dings to major collision work. Got a boat or RV with fiberglass damage? We handle that too. And for projects needing a complete refresh, our professional sandblasting service preps anything ready for a perfect finish. For quality work you can trust, Hunsley Auto Body and Sandblasting, 605-280-4451, 310 West Highway 1434 in Fort Pierre.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping wants to make it easy for you to get that lush green lawn and that yard haven that you've been dreaming of. Visit dakotasprinkler.com to make appointments for sprinkler system spring startup, service calls, fall winterization, and landscaping quotes. Trust Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping's professionals to get you through the planning and installation to make your landscaping needs a reality. Visit dakotasprinkler.com today.
As we welcome you back, it is still the bottom of the third. Runners at first and second with nobody out, and it is now Sam Bernier to the mound. As we look at the stats here for Gabe Iverson, who goes to shortstop, and that brings Carter Gronwald out of the ball game for now, with Bernier hitting in his spot. But Iverson goes 2 innings, giving up 4 hits, 3 runs to earn, but you can't close the book on that quite yet because he's responsible for the 2 guys on base with the walk and hit by pitch. And then he has 2 walks and no strikeouts in 47 pitches. So now it is going to be for Sam Bernier to try and keep this ball game with a 5-run lead, but it is Porter Hunsley with a 1-0 count digging back in. So it is a 1-0 count for Hunsley to start this for the pitcher and Sam Bernier. And the strike will be thrown at the knees to even the count at 1-1 on his first pitch of the outing. Again, Hunsley drew a walk in his first trip. Here's the 1-1, showing bunt, pulling it back, taking it for a low for a ball, and then Sonnenschein takes third. With the third baseman starting to charge, it allowed Sonnenschein to take third because the third baseman and Johnson had to get his way back to third base, and by the time that he was nearing third, there was no throw coming from the catcher and the ball that hit the turf. So Hess was not going to throw it. 3-1 pitch off the hands. It'll be a grounder fielded by the third baseman. The throw to second for the first out. And Hunsley will take the spot of Lindekugel, who had to hesitate with the ball being softly lined over to third. And it goes 5-4 on the fielder's choice for the first out here in the bottom of the third inning, and it brings up Jackson Goodman to the plate. So now Hunsley on at first. Sonnenschein stays over at third, 1 away, as the Aces are trying to claw back here in the bottom of the third inning. Pickoff attempt, and they've almost had Hunsley picked off, but he's able to dive back in safely. He was leaning towards second, but was able to dive back in. As he takes off on this first pitch, it is taken at the letters for a strike. The ball will get thrown into center field. Hunsley will stay at second, and Sonnenschein will come in to score. And then the throw back in hits Hunsley in the back. So time will be called. It's now an 8-4 ball game. It's an 0-1 count. It'll be a throwing error, a stolen base for Hunsley, but a throwing error on the catcher in Hess allows the runner to score in Sonnenschein, make it 8-4. And now Jackson Goodman, he'll swing and miss, or swing and foul the 0-1 pitch at the plate, and the count's 0-2. He lined out to second in his first at-bat. He's 0 for 1. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That will bounce in. Good block there by Hess. Keeps Hunsley at second. And so now a 1-2 count here with 1 out in the bottom of the third. 1-2. Ground ball to the shortstop. It'll be fielded by Iverson. His throw to first is going to be in time to get Goodman. And Hunsley takes third. And so now 2 down, and it brings up Riker Edson, his first at-bat here in this ball game. 6-3 on the ground out. Riker Edson, who was a DH in game 1. That'll be on the outside edge for a strike. Edson went 0 for 3 in that first game against Yankton. He's got a chance to help himself out, get the A's a little bit closer here. Swings and fouls it at the plate, and the count's 0-2.
Go, Riker.
Babcock went 1 for 1 with the inside-out swing to go to left field for a base hit. Here's now the 0-2. Swinging a soft floating ball to left field, coming in, diving and making the catch as the left fielder and getting to rob a base hit and an RBI from Riker Edson and put an end to the bottom of the third inning. The Eights do get a run back as they get that run from Sunshine as he was able to score on the throwing error. They did not have a hit in the inning, one error and one man left on base. Make that, one man left on base. And we head to the fourth. It is 8-4, Kindred leading Pierre. Back in a minute on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
At Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, we salute the service and sacrifice of our members. To show our appreciation for veterans, active duty military, and first responders, we're proud to introduce the We Salute Service and Sacrifice Loan Program, granting a special rate reduction on eligible consumer loans. Valid offer on new secure loans only. Internal refinances and unsecured loans do not qualify. Veterans, active duty military, and first responders, contact our loan team for more details. All deposits are insured up to $250,000 by NCUA. At Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, we're big on you.
It is the top of the fourth, and it is a 8-4 lead for Kindred over Pierre, as Riker Edson will get into his second inning of work. As so far here for this Kindred team, they've got 8 runs on 7 hits. They also have 2 errors so far. Pierre with 4 runs on 4 hits, and they have no errors to this point. As we move into this top of the fourth inning, it is 3, 4, and 5, starting with Carson Getty, who was up at the plate when the last out was made, and he'll line that one to right field, and it will get through for a base hit. He is now 2 for 3 with a triple and a single. And so one pitch, a runner on, and brings up Eli Mack, who had a 2-run homer in the top of the second inning. And helped make that at that time a 6-2 lead. Pickoff attempt and back in safely over at first is Getty. So officially, Gabe Iverson goes 2 innings, 4 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them earned, 2 walks and no strikeouts. First pitch is over for strike 1 from Edson to Eli Mack. Bridger Babcock again, 2 innings, 7 hits, 7 runs, 1 walk and 3 strikeouts. Good block there from Sunshine as that one pitch misses low and away, and the count's 1-1. Here's the 1-1. That one's down the middle for a strike, and the count's now 1-2. Here from Riker Edson to the number 4-man Eli Mack. 1-2 pitch, runner takes off. Pitch will get to the backstop as it missed low. And a stolen base. Count goes to now 2-2. This Kindred team wants to be on the move quite a bit. They've had a lot of stolen bases to this point. A lot of guys have taken off. At least Sunshine caught a guy that's trying to steal. 2-2 pitch is high, and the count's now full at 3-2. On deck is Jeremy Knight, who's 2 for 2 with 2 singles, both coming in that second inning. Here's the payoff pitch to Eli Mack from the stretch. It'll miss low for ball 4, and it's now first and second with nobody out, and brings up Jeremy Knight. Getty, who is now at second, he had that diving catch out and left to take away the RBI from Edson. There's a swing and a miss for strike 1 to Jeremy Knight, the right fielder. This is a lefty-righty type of batting order. Just seemingly every other guy is a lefty or righty up and down the lineup. Swinging a foul to the right side. And the count's now 0-2 here to Jeremy Knights. Looking for a ground ball, looking for a strikeout here is Edson. Nobody out here in the top of the fourth. Will come set from the stretch. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That one just high, a little bit outside. And the count's now 1-2. Not a bad spot to miss. Try and get Knight to chase. 1-2 from Edson. Delivers, swing and a miss. A back foot curveball that was swung on and missed by Knight for the first out. Second strikeout for Edson, one down, and it brings up Gabe Iverson to the plate. He's now the shortstop for post 117. Pickoff attempt, diving back in safely. Over at second is Getty. And looking for a ground ball that gets you out of this inning is 2 on and 1 out. Looking for that double play. Here's the first pitch from Edson. This will be grounded softly for the shortstop and shuffled by into field. He's got no play. And the bases are now going to be loaded. A little bit of struggle maybe to get the ball out of the glove, but it's such a soft ground ball. It was going to be tough to make a play on it, and it's an infield single, and the bases are loaded here with 1 out. And it brings up Fisher Johnson, who has not recorded an official at-bat in this game. He has walked twice, and he has scored twice, coming in the second and third inning. First pitch will be high and outside for ball 1. Bases are loaded here with 1 out in the top of the fourth inning. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That'll be on the inside edge for a strike, and the count's now 1-1. Middle infield is back. Try and roll it on a ground ball up the middle. There's a swing and a miss, and the count goes now 1-2. The corners are even with the bag. Goodman just ahead of the bag at first. Ground ball over to those guys. They're maybe coming home with it, or if it brings maybe Linda Kugel over to third, he can step on the bag and fire to first. Time is called by Fisher Johnson. And so dig back in. 1-2 count here with 1 out in the top of the fourth. The pitch from Edson. Good block there by Sonnenschein as that one hit the turf and he was able to get around it, knock it down. Keeps everybody standing still with the bases loaded. 2-2 count. Edson delivers a 2-2. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Riker Edson. Second of the inning, third of the ball game. And there's now 2 down, and it brings up Max Bernier, the first baseman. It was 1 for 2 in the ball game. Edson working from the stretch with the bases loaded. First pitch is flown out of play on the right side for strike 1. The big spot right here in midway point of this ball game. Bases loaded with less than 2 outs. Kindred feel like they need a crooked number. Even with a 4-run lead, they feel like they need that crooked number to come up. The Eights are trying to escape the jam. Here's the 0-1 from Edson. That will bounce in. Another good block there by Sonnenschein. They'll trade out baseballs with the home plate umpire. Count goes now 1-1 to Max Bernier. Again, he singled back in the top of the second. Popped out to shallow left of the shortstop. Shuffle by in the third. 1-1 pitch. There's a fly ball to right field. Will Eilers over to it. He'll make the catch, and the Eights will get out of it without any damage. Tiptoe out of danger, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, 3 men left on base. We head to the bottom of the 4th. It is an 8-4 lead for Kindred over Pierre. Back in a minute on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Wagner Auto in Pierre has been hitting home runs for over 100 years, delivering quality vehicles and top-notch service to our community. Whether you need a rugged truck, a dependable SUV, or a fuel-efficient car, we've got the perfect lineup to keep you on the road. Proud sponsor of this season's baseball action, we're here to help you drive home a great deal. Stop by today or visit WagnerAuto.com. Wagner Auto, South Dakota's oldest auto dealer.
When the South Dakota wind howls and the rain pours, is your home ready? Introducing Pierre Roofing and Gutters, the newest name serving Pierre, Fort Pierre, and surrounding communities. Owned by Karsten Erickson, the same expert you've trusted for years at Karsten Erickson Roofing and Construction, we're expanding to keep our community covered. From full replacement to seamless gutter installs, Karsten and his team deliver. Don't wait for the next storm. Call Pierre Roofing and Gutters today for a free estimate. 605-280-8080. Pierre Roofing and Gutters. Built strong, built local.
As we welcome you back, it is the bottom of the 4th, and it is a 8-4 lead for Kindred over Pierre Post State. At 8-9-1, Aiden Johnson, Will Eilers in the top of the order, Carter Schuffelbein. As we look at our temperature, 65 degrees here in Sioux Falls. It feels like 58. A beautiful night here in Sioux Falls right now. The high was 72 today. Looking for a high of 73 tomorrow, which will be more of where we're going to be at when we play at 12 o'clock. As Aiden Johnson steps to the plate, he's 0 for 1, lined back to the pitcher in his first at-bat. As the first pitch to him comes in, ground ball to the third baseman. It'll be fielded by Johnson. The throw to first is not going to be in time. It got away from the first baseman, but backing up was the catcher in Hess, and it will be a leadoff error that will put the runner over at first. I don't think, kind of hard to see if Johnson was going to beat it out or not, but I think he was a base hit. E5. It is E5. The beauty of calling the game right around everybody else and get everybody's we'd all discuss it before we put it in the book. But it is an error to open things up. Pickoff attempt. Back in safely. Will Eilers reached on an error in his first trip to the plate. He ended up coming around to score on the RBI from Carter Schuffelbein. There's a swing and a foul tip for a strike. Then counts 0-1 here to Will Eilers. End up at second on the E9 did Eilers in his first plate appearance. Pickoff attempt. Johnson is almost picked off at first. He was maybe looking to steal second and was caught leaning a little bit, but he was able to dive back in. Now he'll take off, swing and a miss. The throw will go to second, and that will be wide of the bag, and the count goes now 0-2.
Come on, kid. Find a way, Will. A lot of confidence.
And so an 0-2 count, strike and a stolen base for Johnson.
Hey, just takes one. Here we go.
And Eilers with a chance to make this a 3-run ball game with a base hit. 0-2, swing and a miss, and a strikeout. And one down here in the bottom of the 4th. And it brings up Carter Schuffelbein to the plate. Schuffelbein is 2 for 2. Leadoff homer in the bottom of the first, RBI single in the second. He's got an opportunity to drive in his 3rd run of the ball game with a base hit. First pitch swing in, he'll launch that foul out of play on the left side. Top of the order now here for the Eights in this bottom of the 4th. Trying to find a way to, again, claw back in this game. Led 2-0, then trailed 7-2, made it 7-3. Now stands at 8-4. Schuffelbein down the first base line. That is fielded by the first baseman. And Bernier will take it to the back himself. 2 down, moving over to third is Aiden Johnson. And with 2 outs, it brings up Hudson Stosher, who's 1 for 2. It's a big spot here for a base hit. And again, not every run has to be gotten back in 1 inning. Right now, the Eights have scored in all 3 innings. They can find a way to get another run here, continue just to build on that, get zeros on the board. Not trying to get it all back at once. That one will be fouled off the hands of Stosher to the right side. And the count goes to now 1-1. So 1-1 count, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th, the runner on at 3rd. Here's the 1-1. Comes inside, that one misses, and the count's now 2-1. And Sun just about to set behind the trees, well back in the distance. Here's a 2-1. That'll miss inside, and the count's now 3-1. Aiden Johnson leads away from 3rd. 3-1 pitch. Stosher with a ground ball up the middle. That will get through for a base hit to make it an 8-5 ball game. He's 2 for 3. And the Eights do get a run here in this bottom of the 4th inning. And it brings up Sunshine, who was hit by a pitch and also drew a walk. First RBI of this ball game for Stosher. And he had the big hit to give the Eights the 1-0 lead in the win against Yankton. Now Sun and Shine to the plate. Runner on at first with 2 away here in the bottom of the 4th. First pitch to him. That'll be upstairs for ball 1. Number 3 man the batting order. Still an opportunity to do some damage here for the Eights. 1-0 pitch. That'll miss low and inside. Makes it a 2-0 count. Eights down by 3 here in the bottom of the 4th. Pickoff attempt. Stosher will dive back in safely at first. Here's the 2-0. That one is high for a 3-0 count. And Sunshine has got a 3-0 count. And again, I don't know if he'll have the green light or not. I think he's amped up for a green light, but he might be taken all the way here. 3-0 pitch. That's right down the middle, and the count's now 3-1. So still good hitters count here for Sunshine to drive it somewhere. Stosher leading away from first. Here's a 3-1. Sunshine took a big hack at it, swings and misses, and the count's now 3-2. And so now Stosher will get a head start over at first. Sam Bernero comes up from the stretch, 3-2 pitch, inside for ball 4. And it's now first and second here with 2 outs. And it brings up Trip Lindekugel to the plate. He was hit by a pitch in his last trip up. He's 0 for 1. Ground into the 4-3 double play, then hit by a pitch. Tying run now comes to the plate. Here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. Here's the first pitch. Checks his swing. They will check, and he did not go. For ball 1.
Short to it. Come on.
Stosher at second. Sunshine leads away from first. Here's the 1-0. That one is on the outside edge for a strike. And the count is now 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Lindekugel will foul that one out of play on the right side. And the count goes to now 1-2. And Sam Bernier trying to work out of this inning, but Lindekugel with the base hit can make this a 2-run ball game. But down the count right now, 1-2. From the stretch, 1-2. Swing and a miss, and a strikeout to get out of the inning. But a run does score on the RBI single from Hudson Stosher. 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 men left on base. We head to the top of the 5th, halfway home in this ball game, and Kindred leads Pierre 8-5. Back in a minute on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
AGE Corporation has been building South Dakota for over 60 years. For all your site work, construction, and crane needs, AGE is there for you. If you need a boat dock and dock lighting, AGE has what you need. Visit their website, agecorp.com, or give them a call at 223-2732. AGE Corporation, providing high-quality services without sacrificing safety. Visit agecorp.com or call 223-2732. It is the top of the 5th and a 8-5 lead for Kindred over Pierre. American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebein scoreboard, as it will be here in the top of the 5th inning. 9-1-2, Sam Bernier, Brody Baumgarten, and Jackson Schliemann. By the way, we'll join in progress the Spurs and Knicks after we're done. It is halftime, and the Spurs have a 5-point lead after a buzzer beater that gives them a 5-point advantage at halftime. We had college baseball on earlier today. It was a 9-0 win for Oklahoma. Georgia leading Texas 4-0 right now in the bottom of the 4th. In the World Cup, it was a couple of ties. Qatar and Switzerland tied 1-1. Brazil and Morocco tied 1-1. And Scotland right now beating Haiti 1-0 at halftime. Australia and Turkey have a 11 o'clock start, 11 o'clock Central Time start, still a 9 o'clock Mountain Time start. That'll be a late game out on the West Coast, a late game Central Time. United States picked up that 4-1 win yesterday and opened up their World Cup and looked very dominant in that 4-1 victory. First pitch swinging, that is popped foul out of play on the right side for Sam Bernier, who is getting his first at-bat here in the top of the 5th inning. It's a 3-run triple for Carter Gronwald. He went 1 for 2 with a strikeout, but now he is currently out of the ball game. 0-1 pitch. That one's taken for a strike, and the count's now 0-2. I say currently out of the ball game. There is the re-entry rule, so if Sam Bernier does not go the distance of this game and would come out, Gronwald will have a chance to come back into the game. Here's the 0-2. That'll miss low and away. Even makes it a 1-2 count to Sam Bernier, the number 9 man in the batting order. Again, 9-1-2 here in this top of the 5th. Here's the 1-2 pitch. There's a line shot to center field. That is sinking fast, but Porter Hunsley is there to make the catch. And the leadoff man is gone here to open up the top of the 5th, and it brings up Brody Baumgarten. And outside, actually, it is the first time the leadoff man has been retired in this ball game. Even though only 2 of those 4 guys have scored, but it is the first time that leadoff man is gone. So now back to the top of the order. Baumgarten with a ground ball over to the left side for strike 1. He is 0 for 1, hit by a pitch in the first, struck out swinging in the second, then drew a walk in the third. Here's the 0-1 from Edson. That one misses inside, and the count's 1-1. Baumgarten buckled a little bit, but took it inside anyway for a ball. Here's the 1-1. Comes high and inside, evens, makes it a 2-1 count. You listen to KCCR Pierre Riverfront Broadcasting Station. Liza Mayer back in the studios. John Wick with you on this Saturday night. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss. And the count's now 2-2. About 12 hours ago, we were on the air to get started with the day with a 4-2 loss to Ralston. Now here at 9 o'clock p.m., we are with an 8-4 lead for Kindred. 2-2 is swung on and missed for strike 3, and a strikeout for Edson, his 4th of the ball game, and there's 2 down here in the top of the 5th, and it brings up now Jackson Schliemann, who is 1 for 2 with an RBI back in the top of the 2nd inning. Here's the 1-0 pitch, or the first pitch, makes it 0-1. That was at the knees for a strike. Tomorrow they play at 12 o'clock does Pierre against Columbus, Nebraska. Here's a ground ball to the right side for Stosher at second to field. The throw to first, and Jackson Goodman's able to scoop it up and make the play at first, and that will end the inning here in the top of the 5th. The 1-2-3 top of the 5th for the Eights. 8-5, Kindred leads Pierre. Back in a minute on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Your mornings shouldn't start in chaos. At Pure Closets, we create custom closets, laundry rooms, mudrooms, and more designed to change how your day starts, lowering stress, lifting your mood, and helping you get out the door on time. Manufactured locally in Pierre, our solutions are built around how you live. Reclaim your time by reclaiming your space. Call Pure Closets at 605-223-5855 for a free in-home design consultation. Pure Closets, organized for life.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the parts you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
As we welcome you back, it is the bottom of the 5th, and it is a 8-5 lead for Kindred over Pierre. Porter Hunsley to lead things off, 5, 6, and 7. Hunsley, Jackson Goodman, and then Riker Edson. As Sam Bernier works into his 3rd inning of relief, as he came in that 3rd in the bottom of the 3rd, was able to get all 3 outs in that bottom of the 3rd inning. So now into his 3rd inning of relief, and the 1-0 pitch is over for a strike, and the count's 1-1. To Porter Hunsley, who's 0 for 2 or 0 for 1, walked, and then he grounded into a fielder's choice. Here's a ground ball that'll be up the middle, sliding, stopped by the shortstop. The throw to first is not going to be in time. Iverson made a nice play to slide to make the stop. A little bit of a tough time getting the ball out of the glove, and at that point, no chance to get Hunsley going down the line, and he's got an infield single to reach base here to open up the bottom of the 5th. And brings up Jackson Goodman. And just like it had been for Kindred through 4 innings, they had the first 4 leadoff men reach base. That one's outside for ball 1. All 5 leadoff men have reached base for the Eights so far in this game. Pickoff attempt and back in safely at first is Hunsley. Schuffelbein had a leadoff homer in the 1st. Leadoff single for Bridger Babcock in the 2nd. A walk in the 3rd. An error to open things up in the 4th. As Goodman will fly this one to left field. That was getting over foul territory, and it's bobbled, and then it will be dropped by the left fielder running into the fence. Got all the way to the fence. It looked like it was getting out of play, and it stayed in. But it bobbled, and I think it went off the fence, so then it wouldn't have counted with the catch, and dropped anyway, so it is just a long strike to Goodman. Runner takes off. Goodman will fly that out towards right field. Is that going to get over the head of the right fielder? It is going to be dropped, and Hunsley will get to second, have to stay at second. He went back and forth between first and second on if it was going to be caught or not. I couldn't see what had actually happened out there, and runner will be at second, be first and second with nobody out. Is that an error to the right fielder or not? Because I could not see exactly what happened, so it is an error. And it brings up Riker Edson to the plate, who shows bunt, takes it outside for ball 1. Sam Bernier will work for the stretch, first and second, with nobody out here in the bottom of the fifth. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That is bunted down the third base side, picked up by Bernier. His throw to first will be in time to get the first out, but two runners will move into scoring position now with one away. 1-3 in the sacrifice bunt. And it brings up Aiden Johnson, who is 0 for 2, but he did reach on an error back to lead off the fourth inning. And so one down, runners at second and third. 8 and 9 at the plate to try and make this potentially a one-run ball game. First pitch will miss low and inside for ball one. Here to Aiden Johnson. Sun all the way behind the trees. Lights are on here at the Sanford Sports Complex. Here's a pitch that's fouled back to the netting. The count's now 1-1.
Hey, right on, here we go.
Again, Pierre will play at 12 o'clock, and depending on, again, we'll know when we get on the air what exactly Pierre needs to do to win the pool, if there's still a possibility to win the pool. But the quarterfinal game will be Sunday night at 6:30. That will be outside for ball two. And that is regardless of how they're seeded. All four quarterfinal games will be played here at the same time at 6:30. Again, the Eights have to finish and win the pool to make that happen. 1 pitch is outside, and the count's now at 3-1. No activity out on the left field side of things for the Kindred Vikings. Sam Bernier working in relief through 2 1/3 innings right now. 3-1 pitch. There's a fly ball to right field. That one will be caught by the right fielder. Runner will tag from third, and Hunsley will come in to score. Knight makes the play out there, but it turns into a sacrifice fly. Goodman retreats back to second. And there's now 2 down here in the inning, but another run scoring for the Eights to make it now an 8-6 game here with 2 outs in the bottom of the fifth. And Will Eilers, who is 0 for 2, reaching on an error in his first trip and then struck out swinging, takes strike one, the outside edge. Number 9 man the batting order, represents the tying run now here for the Eights. 0-1 pitch will miss low, and the count's even and ball to strike. Eilers digs back in. The 1-1 here to Will. That is outside, and the count's now 2-1. Shufflebein waiting on deck. Goodman at second, base hit. Could score him to make it a one-run ball game. 2-1 is outside edge for a strike, and the count's now 2-2. So now here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss, and a strikeout of Eilers, and that will end the inning here in the bottom of the fifth. 1 run scores on 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 man left on base. We head to the 6th. It is now 8-6. Kindred over Pierre. Back in a minute on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Did you know a well-maintained AC will last up to 40% longer? Save money and extend the life of your equipment with AirTech Heating and Cooling. From Oneida to Fort Pierre, we help homeowners and businesses slash their energy costs with high-efficiency cooling systems and precision maintenance. Don't let a dirty filter or low refrigerant drain your wallet this summer. Experience the AirTech advantage. Call AirTech today at 605-945-0160 to join our maintenance program. AirTech Heating and Cooling, locally owned, keeping the Pierre area comfortable for over 20 years.
When life throws you a curveball, May Adam Law Firm in Pierre is here to help you knock it out of the park. For over 130 years, we've been providing trusted legal expertise in business, family law, criminal defense, and more. Proud sponsors of this season's baseball action, we're committed to serving our community, both on and off the field. Need legal advice? Step up to the plate with May Adam Law Firm. Visit mayadam.net or call today. May Adam, South Dakota's law firm since 1881.
As we welcome you back, it is the top of the 6th here in an 8-6 lead on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebein scoreboard for the Kindred Vikings over Pierre Post 8. And it will be 3, 4, and 5 for the Vikings. Carson Getty, Eli Mack, and Jeremy Knights. He might reach his base. It'll go to Gabe Iverson as Riker Edson into his 4th inning of relief. And the Eights continue to score. They've got a run in each inning so far. They scored 2 in the first, then 1 the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Kindred got that 7-run second inning and added a run in the 3rd. 8 runs on 9 hits and 4 errors for Kindred. 6 runs, 6 hits, and no errors for the Eights. First pitch is over for strike 1 to get us started here in the top of the 6th inning. Carson Getty has 2 for 3 with a triple and a single. He'll foul the 0-1 pitch away to the left side. The count's now 0-2. Kindred will play Ralston at 9:30 tomorrow morning, and then at 12 o'clock we will play our final game as Pierre takes on Columbus Post 84. That is outside. Makes it a 1-2 count. And that Ralston game will determine what Pierre can possibly do to win the pool. Regardless of the outcome of this game, there still would be that outside shot that they could still win the pool, even if they don't get a win here, but that will all determine the Ralston game. That 2-2 pitch just misses outside, maybe a little low, and the count's now 3-2. Three-two pitch here from Riker Edson to Carson Getty. That'll be missing low for ball 4. And the leadoff walk here to Getty now brings up Eli Mack. Mack hit a 2-run shot back in the top of the 2nd. Here's the first pitch. That one's there for strike 1. Mack is 1 for 2. Flew out to center in the first, 2-run homer in the 2nd, then walked in the 4th. Here's the 0-1. Runner takes off right down the middle for a strike. The throw to second. The tag applied. He is safe at second. Sliding in just barely ahead of the tag is Getty. And the count is now at 0-2. Here to Eli Mack. What Getty now is in scoring position here with nobody out in the top of the 6th. 0-2 from Edson. Swing and a miss for a strikeout. That's the 5th strikeout now for Edson. 1 down here in the top of the 6th, and it brings up Jeremy Knight, who's 2 for 3. 2 singles in that 2nd inning, and he struck out swinging in the 4th. Edson comes set from the stretch. Checks the runner at second, delivers the first pitch. That's over for strike 1 in the inside corner at the knees. Get ahead in the count 0-1. It's a 2-hour, 15-minute time limit. We still got a half an hour till we get to that point, so that one will miss low and inside. The count's now 1-1. We've not seen a time limit get hit in this Dakota Classic, at least here in this pool. 1-1, there's a half swing, but a full swing, and the count's now 1-2. And Edson looking for a strikeout of Knights for the 2nd time that he has seen him. Again, when you hit that 215, the inning will have to come to an end first, and then obviously if it's a tie, they'll have to extend the ball game out. That'll be fouled off the pole, back into fair territory, and the count remains at 1-2. We saw the California rule be used in the last game. Yankton won in 8 innings against this Kindred team, with the California rule being the runner on second with 1 out to start the extra inning. 1-2 pitch. That one is taken for strike 3 at the top of the zone, and back-to-back strikeouts for Edson, and there's now 2 down, and it brings up Gabe Iverson, who is 1 for 3 in the ball game. 2 down here at the top of the 6th. First pitch, that is outside for ball one. Iverson in that second inning lined out to third, and he struck out swinging. Then he got a base hit in the top of the fourth. Here's the 1-0 pitch instead of pickoff attempt, and no throw from Edson. Trying to get a big lead over at second is Getty. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's at the knees for a strike. And evens the count in a ball and a strike. Here to Gabe Iverson, the number 6 man in the batting order. Here's the 1-1 from Edson. For a long pause, he'll deliver. That's high and outside, and the count's 2-1. Here in the bottom of the 6th, they'll have the top of the order. Schuffelbein, Stoscher, and Sonnenschein. Here's the 2-1 from Edson. Now a pickoff attempt. The throw will be nearly wide of the bag at second, but Stoscher's able to corral it. No tag applied. The lead getting again here for Getty. Edson from the stretch, the 2-1. Swinging a foul or the right side. Long run for everybody down the line. It'll be sliding for it, and Will Eilers makes the catch. Looked like it was going to be out of play. It was right down the line. Not sure if it was going to land fair or not, but Will Eilers makes a fantastic catch to retire Iverson and get out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. A man left on base. We head to the bottom of the 6th, 8-6. Pierre trails by 2. Back in a minute on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention, it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota in Pierre is proud to sponsor today's game. Whether you're in the market for a brand new Ford, Lincoln, or Toyota, or a quality pre-owned vehicle, our team is here to get you back on the road in style. From tough trucks to family SUVs, we've got the selection you need and the hometown service you deserve. Browse online anytime at CapitalCityFordToyota.com. Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, where community drives us forward. And we are in the bottom of the 6th. It is an 8-6 lead for Kindred over Pierre, but it is the top of the order for the 8th. Carter Schuffelbein leads things off, followed by Hudson Stoscher and Sonnenschein. He might reach his base. It'll be Tripp Lindekugel. Here's a fly ball to left field. It's going to be diving for as a shortstop. Is going to get over his head into left, and a base hit for Schuffelbein. He's now 3 for 4 in the ball game, with a tying run quickly comes to the plate here in the bottom of the 6th inning. What an effort by Iverson, who was going back on and dove for it going backwards. I think it hurt him a little bit. He slumped down for a second, and maybe wind got knocked out of him. Stoscher will drop down a button on the first base line, perfectly placed. The throw to first will be just in time to get the first out, but it does move Schuffelbein over to second. And a sacrifice 1-3. And it brings up Sonnenschein, who has yet to have an at-bat in this game. He's 0 for 0 with a hit by pitch and 2 walks. First pitch at the top of the zone for strike 1. As Sam Bernier working into his 4th inning of relief. Here's the 0-1. There's a chopper to the third baseman. The throw will go to first. Schuffelbein hesitated to go to third, so he'll stay back at second. And Sonnenschein's retired for the second out. And it's now Lindekugel to the plate with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Trying to find a way to get that run in to make this a 1-run ball game. 0 for 2 so far. Was hit by a pitch back in the third. First pitch will be upstairs for ball 1. Cleanup man, the batting order here for the Aids. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, and the count's now 1-1. Sam Bernier, again, as we look at for Riker Edson, we'll have that here in just a moment to get all the pitch counts, and that one will be outside, and the count's now 2-1. Riker Edson has thrown 77 in 4 innings of relief. Sam Bernier just threw a pitch number 56 in his relief appearance. 2-1 pitch, that'll miss low, and the count's now 3-1. And a good hitter's count here for Linda Kugel. Porter Hunsley waits on deck. 3-1 pitch from Bernier. Swinging a fly ball to right field, backing up the right fielder. It's going to get over his head. It will get down for extra bases to make it an 8-7 ball game. Lyndon Kugel's rounding second on his way to third. He's going to get there standing up. It's an RBI triple with 2 outs for Lyndon Kugel, and it's an 8-7 ball game. And the tying run is now 90 feet away here for the Eights in the bottom of the sixth inning. Another extra base hit for Lyndon Kugel here in the early summer. And it brings up Porter Hunsley. Infield single in his last at-bat. He's 1 for 2. First pitch to him. Swinging a ground ball to the left side. Fielded by the third baseman. The throw to first is going to just get Hunsley out. And it takes care of the 6th inning. But the Eights do get another run. 1 run on 2 hits in the inning. No errors and a man left on. We head to the 7th. It is now an 8-7 ball game. Kindred leads Pierre. Back in a minute on KCCR. Watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
Financial investments are very important. So are the investments of patience and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisors understand this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Governor Athletics on KCCR. Go Govs! For all your investment needs, call or stop by one of our offices to visit with your Pierre area Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Edward Jones, member SIPC. As we welcome you back, it is the top of the 7th, and it is an 8-7 lead here for Kindred over Pierre. And Riker Edson looking for one more 0 and to give the Eights an opportunity here with 6, 7, and 8 in the bottom of the 7th inning to try and at least tie the ball game up. But he deals with 7, 8, and 9. Fisher Johnson will lead things off, the third baseman. As Riker Edson, working into his 5th inning of relief, will swing and a miss for strike 1. It'll be pitch number 79 upcoming here for Edson. Here's the 0-1. There's a line shot. Jumping and making the catch is Stosher over at second. On a line shot from Johnson to Stosher, and one down here in the top of the 7th, and it brings up Max Bernier. And Riker Edson now at this next pitch will be unavailable Wednesday to throw for Post State against Rapid City Post 320. As the first pitch will come inside for ball 1. Max Bernier is 1 for 3. He singled in the second, popped out to short in the third, and flew out to right in the 4th to end that inning. Here's the 1-0. That one's upstairs, and the count's now 2-0. Number 8 man in the batting order, 1 out, nobody on here in the top of the 7th, and an 8-7 lead for Kindred. That one's over for a strike. The count's now 2-1. Pierre scored 2 runs in the first before a 7-run second inning. The Eights got a run back to make it 7-3 after 2. Both teams scored a run in the third to make it 8-4. And that run in the 4th, 5th, and 6th have made this an 8-7 game. As the count's now 3-1 here to Max Bernier, the first baseman. Edson from the windup, the 3-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Bernier chase ball 4, and the count runs full now at 3-2. Here's the payoff pitch to Max Bernier. That'll miss for ball 4, and it'll be a 1-out walk issued by Edson. And 1 on, 1 out to bring up now Sam Bernier to the plates. Time will be called, and Coach Elliott Life will make his way out and have a conversation with Edson in the infield. And in the bottom of the 7th inning, regardless of what the score is, the Eights will have 6, 7, and 8 with Jackson Goodman, Riker Edson, and Aiden Johnson. They're at least going to have somebody reach base, and Will Eilers will have to bat, and then they get back to the top of the order, if they're able to do so here in that 7th inning. Continues to cool off here in Sioux Falls. 63 degrees, feeling like 56. Not going to get much cooler.
Come on, kid. Throw him out, Sutton. Give us a chance.
But it feels like a spring evening more than the midsummer evening. Here's the first pitch to Sam Bernier with a runner on at first and 1 away here at the top of the 7th. First pitch swinging, foul right back for strike 1. Again, tomorrow it's a 9:30 start for Kindred and Ralston. They're going to have to be back here in less than 12 hours to play their final game of pool play. And then Pierre will play at 12 o'clock. Pickoff attempt, and that will be wide of the bag at first. And it will get away from Goodman, and to second now will go Max Bernier trying to get that big insurance run in. That's the first error of the ball game for the Eights. But unfortunately for Pierre, that's been the most common error that they've had in this weekend. It's the 3rd different E1 today on a pickoff attempt. Here's the pitch and a ground ball that will be rolling foul down the third baseline. And the count's now 0-2. Pierre has 4 errors in this tournament so far. 3 of them have come on the pickoff attempt over to first. 0-2. That one just misses outside. And the count's now 1-2. Edson looking for his 6 strikeouts of his relief appearance. Make that a 7th strikeout of his relief appearance. 1-2 pitch. This will be popped up. Shallow left field. Coming in as the left fielder, and Johnson to make the catch, and there's now 2 down. Wynn helped carry that one out to Johnson to make it an easier play for him. And there's 2 down, and it's now back to the top of the order, and Brody Baumgarten, who is 0 for 2 so far, hit by a pitch, struck out, walked, and struck out. With that insurance run standing in scoring position at second with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. Here is the first pitch from Edson. That one comes inside, maybe missing a bit high, and the count's 1-0. Leading away from second is Max Bernier. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Edson to Baumgarten. That'll be high for a ball, and the count's 2-0. Time limit is pretty much moot at this point, even though we're closing in on 2 hours of this game. They're going to have to finish the bottom of the 7th, and then they're going to have to keep playing if the game's tied, regardless of time limit or not. That 2-0 pitch will be on the outside edge of the top of the zone to make it a 2-1 count. And again, after we're done, we will still join in progress the NBA Finals, which they are getting late into that third quarter with the Spurs leading by 12 over the Knicks. 2-1 pitch here from Edson. Coming home to Baumgarten. He'll deliver. Swing and a miss, so the count's now 2-2. Two count. Runner on at second. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. Kindred leads by 1, 8-7 over Pierre. Riker Edson comes set from the stretch. 2-2 pitch will bounce in, and a good take there from Baumgarten. Good block from Sonnenschein. And it moves the count full at 3-2. On deck, Jackson Schliemann, who has an RBI single. He's 1 for 3 in the ball game. Here's a 3-2 pitch. Inside for ball 4. And it's now first and second to bring up Schliemann to the plate. And again, you have to be cautious, somewhat cautious, or just understanding that pitch count for Riker Edson, he was obviously over 80. He's now at 95, so he's only got 10 pitches left before he'd have to come out of the ball game. Swing and a miss for strike 1 to Jackson Schliemann. Again, he singled in the second to drive home a run. He struck out swinging in the first, walked in the third, and ground out to the second baseman in the 5th. Here's the 0-1 from Edson now to Schliemann. Misses low and evens the count at 1-1. Trying to get through 5 complete innings of relief for Riker Edson. This will be pitch number 98 for him. 1-1. There's a flying drive down the first base line. It will drop in fair, and it will drive in 1 run. They will hold the runner over at third. Now they're going to make run with it because the ball got away from the first baseman, and it will drive in 2 runs. And it makes it a 10-7 lead here for Kindred. And so a runner on at second. It's a 10-7 ball game. And an RBI for Schliemann, and another run came in to score. And looks like Riker Edson will come out of the game. Hudson Stosher will come into pitch to try and get the final out. And we will step aside and come back with the details of the change here in just a moment. 10-7 lead for Kindred over Pierre. Back in a minute on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Step up to the plate with Kathy Sonnenschein Properties in Pierre, your go-to for buying, selling, and finding your perfect home. Whether you're looking for a cozy cottage or a spacious family home, Kathy Sonnenschein Properties has you covered. We're committed to helping you make your next big move, on the field or in your life. Ready to find your dream home? Call Kathy Sonnenschein Properties at 605-224-5588. Your home run in real estate.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
So as we welcome you back, it is still the top of the 7th, and it is a 10-7 lead now for Kindred. The only changes are defensively with Stosher coming to the mound and Edson going to second. As Hudson Stosher finishes up his warm-up tosses. You can't close the book on Riker Edson, but he goes 4 2/3 innings. Gave up 3 hits. Right now, those 3 runs. He's responsible for the runner at second. 7 walks and 6 strikeouts in a total of 98 pitches. And now it's Carson Getty as the first pitch is missed inside for ball one to Getty, who is 2 for 3 in the ball game. RBI triple and then single. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That'll miss low, and the count's now 2-0. Hudson Stoscher's thrown 10 in the third innings. This is his second relief appearance and his fourth appearance overall on the mound. He's got an 0-1 record, 15 hits, 16 runs, but only 11 of them earned. That one's over for a strike, and the count's now 2-1. 10 walks, 7 strikeouts. The ERA at 7.45, whip at 2.42, batting average against at 349. Swing and a miss by Getty, and the count's now 2-2. Looking to get out of this inning with the Eights down by 3 right now here with 2 outs at the top of the 7th. Here's the 2-2 from Stoscher. Swing and a miss, and that will end the inning, and that will take care of the top of the 7th. But 2 runs do score in the inning on 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 man left on base. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Pierre needs 3 to tie and 4 to win. Back in a minute on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
Step up to the plate with Overhead Door Company of Pierre. Like your favorite team, we deliver reliability, strength, and top-notch performance. For over 100 years, Overhead Door has been the most respected name in the industry. From commercial or residential repairs to full upgrades, our team of technicians stand ready to provide winning results. Don't let a faulty garage door strike you out. Look for the signature red ribbon and call the industry MVP at 605-224-6200. Bring your garage door game to the big leagues.
As we welcome you back, it is the bottom of the 7th, and it is a 10-7 lead for Kindred over Pierre. And it is 6, 7, and 8. Jackson Goodman to lead things off. First pitch will miss low for ball 1. So Riker Edson officially 4 2/3 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs, 7 walks, and 6 strikeouts on 98 pitches. Stoscher gets a strikeout, the only man that he faces in that top of the 7th. But the Eights need at least 3 right now to try and get to 2-1 here at the Dakota Classic. That'll miss inside, and the count's now 2-0. And again, if this score holds up, nobody is mathematically eliminated from winning the pool. Obviously, the runs allowed probably not necessarily eliminate, but get close to eliminating some. Here's a ground ball over to the shortstop. The throw to first will be in time to get Goodman out as Iverson makes the play, and there's now 1 down here in the bottom of the 7th, and the Eights are down to their final 2 outs as Riker Edson will come to the plate. He stays in the game in the batting order. He is 0 for 1, fly out to left, and he had a sacrifice bunt in the 5th inning. First pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. Aiden Johnson and then Will Eilers got to have 3 guys reach and 3 guys score. Right back up the middle. Might have been slowed down by the pitcher. Backhanded at second. The throw to first is going to be in time. And a great play by Jackson Schliemann to make that play happen up the middle. And there's now 2 down, and the Eights are down to their final out here of this ball game and can fall to 1-2 here in the Dakota Classic. It would put Ralston and Columbus both at 2-1, Yankton at 2-2, and then Kindred and Pierre at 1-2. First pitch, outside edge for strike 1 here to Aiden Johnson, who 0 for 2. Line back to the pitcher in the 2nd. Reached on air in the 4th, and then a sacrifice fly RBI in the 5th. Swings and misses, and the count's now 0-2, and the Eights are down to their final strike here in the ballgame. Oh, 2 with 2 outs. Nobody on here in the bottom of the 7th. Here down by 3. 0-2 pitch. There's a fly ball to right field. backing up just a moment to make the catch as the right fielder in Knights, and that will end the ball game, and the Eights will fall 10-7 to Kindred here in Game 3 of the Dakota Classic. We'll step aside for 2 minutes, come back with the post-game show to wrap up quickly. You're listening to Post 8 Baseball on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
People helping people. Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do. Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good, solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Schimmelbein Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
Spring is the season for a fresh start, and that includes your technology. Whether you are looking to upgrade or need to breathe new life into your current device, CommTech is your one-stop solution. Experience the brilliance of LG OLED TVs, the immersive sound of Sonos and JBL, or the unmatched performance of Lenovo laptops. Buy with confidence thanks to our price match guarantee and 0% interest on selected purchases. We're your locally owned technology experts on the truck bypass. CommTech, we sell the best and fix the rest.
Koenig of Oneida, Pierre, and Winter has provided our services to growers of South Dakota for over 50 years. We focus on providing our customers with the products, services, and attention to detail that each farmer needs to succeed. For your individual needs of custom spraying, liquid or dry fertilizer, chemical, soil sampling, seed sales, and treating, stop in and see us at Koenig with offices located in Oneida, Pierre, and Winter.
Back here at Sanford Sports Complex, it is the final score, 10-7 win for Kindred over Pierre in the second inning where they scored 7 runs, the difference in this ball game. The Eights scored at least a run in every inning except for the 7th where they went 1-2-3, and the only time they went 1-2-3 in that ball game. It was 2 runs in the first. Carter Schuffelbein led off the bottom of the first with a home run. Hudson Stoscher reached first got a base hit, and then he scored on a wild pitch to make it 2-0. But then a 7-run inning highlighted by a 3-run triple by Carter Gronwald. And then it ended up being a 2-run homer by Eli Mack. And then Carson Getty also had an RBI triple in that top of the second to help score those 7 runs. It was a run in the third and then turned into 2 runs in the 7th with an RBI for Jackson Schliemann that helped score those 2 runs to make it at that point a 10-7 lead. And after the Eights scored a run in the second to make it 8-3, they made it 7-3. Scored a run in the third to make it 8-4. And then it was 8-5, 8-6, 8-7 through 6 innings. But the 2 runs broke the back of the Eights in that top of the 7th, and they fall 10 runs, 10 hits. It was 4 errors for Kindred, 7 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors for Pierre. Kindred left 8 men on base. Pierre left 7 men on base. Time of the ball game was 2 hours and 9 minutes. Gabe Iverson will get the win with the first 2 innings of work, 4 runs on 4 hits, 3 of them earned, 2 walks and no strikeouts. Sam Bernier went 5 innings in relief, 4 hits, 3 runs, only 1 of them earned, 1 walk and 3 strikeouts. Bridger Babcock win the first 2 innings for the Eights as he'll pick up the loss. 7 hits, 7 runs, 1 walk and 3 strikeouts. Riker Edson in 4 2/3 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs, 7 walks, 6 strikeouts, and 98 pitches. And then a third of an inning for Hudson Stoscher, who had a strikeout in his only batter that he faced in the ball game to get the final out in the top of the 7th. So the Eights are now 1-2 so far in the Dakota Classic, and again, they're not eliminated yet. It takes a Ralston loss tomorrow to Kindred, and then a Pierre win against Columbus, and then we have to going into tomorrow's ball game. If Ralston does lose to Kindred, obviously if Ralston wins, they're going to win the pool. Nobody's going to be able to be 3-1 that beat them, so they're going to no matter what win that pool if they win. But if they do lose, Pierre can still potentially make it, but we'll have to check out how many runs allowed for Ralston, for what Kindred will have, what Yankton will have because they're going to be 2-2, what Columbus will need to give up in that game to lose to Pierre to be 2-2, because all 5 teams would be at 2-2 at that point, and then it will turn into runs allowed. But that's the only way that Pierre was going to be the only way, regardless of the outcome of this game, that Pierre was going to be able to make it, is winning the game tomorrow afternoon, and because if Ralston wins tomorrow, does not matter if Pierre would have won tonight and tomorrow, they would win the pool. But it does. Kindred has to help out Pierre now to win that game against Ralston tomorrow, and then Pierre will have to get a win against Columbus. And once we start the broadcast, again, if Ralston does lose, once we start the broadcast, we're going to know what Pierre needs to score on Columbus and what they need to make sure they don't give up to Columbus to win the pool, if there still is that chance. Obviously, I'll have to go and do all the math to see all the runs allowed, and I don't have that off the top of my head to know exactly where it stands right now. But we'll tell you exactly going into tomorrow what needs to happen. And of course, then, if Kindred and Ralston play a 20-19 game, that changes a lot of things up too. So all of that is still at play, but we'll talk all about that tomorrow once we know exactly where it all stands. We'll get you out to San Antonio for Game 5 as we're closing in on the end of Game 5 between the Spurs and the Knicks. I want to say thanks to Eliza Mayer back at the station. John Mickley here signing off. It is a 10-7 win for Kindred over Pierre as the Vikings pick up the win over the Eights. And we'll see you tomorrow at 11:45 with coverage. We'll start on YouTube only. Then we'll have coverage after the church service tomorrow afternoon on KCCR. But again, thanks to Eliza Mayer back at the station. John Mickley here signing off. 10-7 win for Kindred over Pierre as we say so long from the Sioux Falls Sports Complex.
You've been listening to Pierre Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Pierre Baseball is brought to you by Kathy's Sun and Shine Properties, Kruger Contracting, Bank West, Overhead Doors, Stalkin Peterson LLP, Shane's Pharmacy, Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, American Family Insurance Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, CHS River Plains, Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, Fording Electric, Pierre Closets, Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping, and AGE. Pierre Baseball is also brought to you by Edward Jones Financial, Gales Gas, Lamb Motors, Xander Auto Parts, Comtech, First Dakota National Bank, Envirotech, Kruger Climate Systems, May Adam, Huxley Auto Body, Oahe Federal Credit Union, Cone A, AirTech Heating and Cooling, Pierre Roofing and Gutters, Wagner Auto, the South Dakota Office of the Attorney General Division of Consumer Protection, and Todd's Electric. Join us all season for more Pierre Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. This has been a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports, Central South Dakota's